That's the thing. What do I do with the money we make? Where does it come from? And how do we stay open? Those things are always on the agenda. Those are the kinds of topics that we need to bring out in these little videos of what these executives think about in these offsites. And what it is one of the things they think about is, what are we going to do with the money we make? And that talks about dividend policy or going public if they're not, reinvesting it in new facilities, equipment, technology, people, training, whatever, or is it paying down debt, or is it leveraging that to create new debt? I mean, what do we do with the money we make is always one of the topics at these offsites. Mm-hmm. The second question is, where does this money come from? Well, the answer is from selling goods and services is where it comes from. And so how do we best do that? How do we position ourselves to sell our goods and services so that we can actually make some money so that we can decide what to do with it? And the third thing they always talk about is, how do we keep the lights on? How do we operate day to day? How do we keep our employees? How do we solve our day-to-day problems? How do we operate our day-to-day life at this company? And that is your day-to-day processes, your policies, your business process, your design process, your purchasing process. Everything goes into that. It's the short-term operating expenses. And the what do we do with the money we make is the long term. And then where does it come from is your strategy for increasing your sales, essentially. So those are the topics that bother executives, is how do we do those three things effectively? Because if we do those things effectively, we're going to be successful. And the question that doesn't necessarily come up that often at these retreats is not how to make a better mousetrap. Because like I said, that the CEO for Lockheed told us one time, we're not in the business of making aircrafts, we're in the business of making money. And a corollary to that is, we know how to do it technically. As far as Lockheed is concerned, we know how to build and modify aircraft. We're good at it. We know how to do that. The key is making money from it, is to make a profit so that we can keep our shareholders actively engaged and new shareholders buying our stock and winning new business so that we can generate internal rates of return so that we can leverage that for more shareholder value. That is what keeps executives up. It's not how to do your job better. And that's what people don't understand. They think, oh, these companies that we're talking about, when they go off, they're always talking about how to design it better, how to create a better product, or how to get the next generation, or how to leverage the new technology. They already know how to do that. And they don't need an offsite to talk about it. They work that every day. It's those three things that I just mentioned to you. That's what they think about. That's what the CEOs think about. How do I maximize those three things and have the right answer for them?